they would have never took the Shahada had they never came into the masjid. Had he said, no, you can't come in, we may have had read another narrative that they left and they never took Shahada. So we welcome those who want to learn. The second part is really the actual, this is like the second Taleem, or third Taleem actually, in reference to this particular class. Now I will highlight from some of the pointers from the introduction to the book. And then there, it'll provide detailed insight into the role of Ishmael, alayhi salam, the son of Ibrahim, alayhi salam, my father. I'm better known as Abraham and Ishmael. It also highlights the significance of the Kaaba and the preservation of the sacred text. The text like Quran, the Zabur, which is the Psalms, the Injil, Gospel, these sacred texts that the Quran highlights. It will also touch on in this particular portion the preservation of those revelations in the Quran or through the Quran. It touched on like three different realities of I touched on already actually the descendants. Arabia is considered to have been comprised of what's called the perished Arabs. Those who have perished, they are no longer here. The first group that the book highlights in reference to giving us the totality of the story of Arabia before the advent of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the not Persian, I keep saying Persian, the perished Arabs, those who have perished away. These tribes known to have inhabited the southern Arabian Peninsula and the northern area known as our Hijra. They are believed to be descendants of Noah. The perished Arabs are believed to be descendants of Noah. The second group that it touched on is called the pure Arabs, Catania, the Catanian Arabs, originating from Yemen and establishing the empire of Sheba. Around the 2nd century CE, they split into two main branches, Himyar and Taleem. And let me touch on that for a second. This is not just Islamically. This is historically proven that the Queen Sheba that we know of in the story of Solomon, empire was from Yemen, but spread it to the likeness of Ethiopia. The evidence of that is the language itself. In the temple in Ethiopia that was erected in name of Queen Sheba and the gods that she believed in, it used the Arabic language, the Yemenite Arabic language. And the very same inscriptions in that temple is in the Grand Temple that was found in Yemen, in the desert of Yemen today, modern day. It's something to definitely look into for those who are interested in the story of Queen Sheba, Solomon, etc. Because it's a lot that we have not been. It's a lot of discoveries, that have come about. The Thamud people, for an example, the evidence of their existence and where they were at, and et cetera, that has been discovered. They continuously digging up, right? And what's interesting about the digging is that every time they dig and find something, it's just more confirmation to Islam. I think that's a miracle, really. We look for somebody walking across the water. All jokes to the side, I think that's walking across the water, really. The Qalan spread it northward, selling throughout the Arabian Peninsula. The last group that it touches on is the Arabized Arabs. The Arabized Arabs. Ananian. The Ananian Arabs. These were the descendants of Ishmael and his wife, a pure Arab from the tribe of Zurhum. Right? So the Arabized Arabs are the descendants of Ishmael. Scholarly understood to be the descendants of Ishmael and his wife, who was a pure Arab, okay, who happens to be from a tribe called Zurhum. Zurhum, that is Jurhum. The Anans, a descendant of Ishmael, became the namesake of the Ananian Arabs. Anan is a son of Ishmael, alayhi salam. That can be found in the Genesis book of the Old Testament. When you look at his genealogy, his children's genealogy, Anan is one of them. What was Abraham? Yeah. Inshallah, that's a great question. Let me finish and hold it, and we can definitely. Any questions here? Definitely write y'all questions down, and then after I finish, we can definitely, question and answer. All right. The primary resident. They primarily reside, the Ananian Arabs. They primarily reside in the Central Arabian Peninsula, in the Hijaz, and also Najda. The Najda region is down there, where the Arab Emirates at, Dubai, places like that, that area. The Najdan region that they're referring to is in that area. That's the area. The Hijaz is the peninsula itself. And that Dubai actually is a part of that Hijaz, even though it's a separate country. Notable tribes in historical context: the Ad, the tribe of Prophet Hud, the Nabateans, and they got a whole list of different tribes. The Ananian tribes, the Hawazi, which was in the Hijaz, the Gatanafan, which was in the Najda area, Thaqif, that was Taif, right? The land in which the Prophet ﷺ went, and he tried to convey the message of La ilaha illallah, and he sent the children to throw stones at him. We have the Quraysh, they were a Mecca. Thamud people, that were the people of Prophet Salih, alayhi salam. It then goes and highlights Abraham. Abraham, also known as Ibrahim alayhi salam, was born between 1800 to 1600 BCE. That is before the Christian era. Raised on the banks of the Euphrates rivers. His father, known from Hebrew as well as Islamic sources. Hebrew has his father as Terah, and in Arabic is Azar. In the Surah Maryam, we recount Abraham's confrontation with his father over